Welcome, Canadian hockey fans, and today we're going to look at a little bit of Photoshop, some HTML, and a little bit of JavaScript, specifically jQuery, and using the Lightbox plugin. At the end of this session, what we should be able to do is to create a gallery similar to these, where we see some photos, some captions, and if we click on an image, you can see it will load a high resolution or load a big version of the image, and we should be able to cycle through the images or through the gallery anyway. So let's get started. So you can see here I've got, I'm inside my web tech folder, and I've created a folder called images, and I've got a few images in here. Let's open up one of the images in Photoshop and prepare it for the web. So as you can see, I will be using Photoshop CC. So here's our photo. And first thing I'm going to do is crop it to size. So I can set it up to 1600 by 1200 should be a good size. And then crop it about like that. And then I'm going to adjust the levels. Just bring that in just a little bit, bring the white in just a little bit, and then we should be good to go. And then I'm just going to recrop just a tiny bit here. Just get rid of the little bit of white on the left-hand side that's bothering me. There we go. And I'm going to save for web. So I'm going to save a full resolution version of this. And now I'm going to save a thumbnail that's 300 pixels wide. Notice I'm just leaving the height to be whatever the height comes out to. And I think I've used a different setting than the one before, but that's okay. And saving it with a different name. So now in the images folder, I've got the original, which is untouched. I've got the full-size version of the image, which is at 1600 pixels. And then I've got a thumbnail, large thumbnail, but a thumbnail at 300 pixels. So let's flip over to Dreamweaver now, and we'll start off with a new creating a new page or duplicating a page from that we can use for the project. Let me just give us a little bit more room here. To work. So you can see I've got the page that we customized in Bootstrap. So we'll just start off with that. So I've copied it. I'm going to rename it Gallery. I'm going to name it Gallery 2 because I've already got a Gallery 1. Making sure I click Update. And then I'm going to name this Gallery 2 as well. Open up my HTML. And then I'm going to make sure that instead of connecting to the old custom CSS, I'm going to create a new gallery.css page. And let me get rid of this button. And then down here, what I'm going to do is get rid of the columns. So I'm going to have one row to start off with one column that's all 12 pixels wide. And I'm going to get rid of the second Jumbotron here. So all that's remaining is we've obviously got the body tag, and then we've got the header. I've got my Jumbotron section where I've got my name and the page title. Get rid of this white space. And then I've got one row, and inside that row I've got a column that's the full width of the page, or the full 12 columns wide. Okay. So now in order to insert an image, the cheating, oops, is that working? Yes, it is. Weird. Okay. So the cheating way, or the quick way of doing it, is we can go over here in Dreamweaver, find the image we would like to insert, and just drag it to the page. And you can see it's created an image tag. It's defined the source to be the Dude 300 JPEG that we just created. It's added a width and a height, and of course it's in the images subfolder. So let's save that. Take a look here, and we can see that we've got the image inserted on the page. Let's actually take the time to upload that. So I'm going to say yes, so it'll upload the image as well. And flip over to here. And there you can see what the page looks like. Next thing we want to do is we want to add those semantic HTML5 tags in order that for all the reasons, in order to make it easier to maintain our site, in order for accessibility, and in order to be able to later design the site the way we want. So for images that are content, in other words, images that are not just part of the background or not just some decoration on the page, but it's the content of the page. It's a good idea to use a figure tag. So figure like a table of figures, or sorry, like a figure in a book. And then it's also a good idea for every figure that you use to add a caption. So the tag for that is fig caption. Dude the dog. Good. Okay. And if we take a look at that, we can see it's just added the caption below, although we haven't added any CSS to format it, which we'll do in another lesson. Let me add a couple more images here. And I'll add the figure and fig caption as well. Make sure I add the opening figure. And I'm just going to tab these in. Ooh. Create a little space, make it easier to see. So now you can see we've got 3 images. If I save that and click on Design, you can see the 3 images. Update the captions. All right. So the next thing we want to do is we want to add the Lightbox gallery. In order to do that, first of all, we need to add jQuery. Because the Lightbox gallery depends on jQuery. So I'm just going to go here. I'm going to type in Google jQuery. It'll take me to the Google hosted libraries. I'm going to click on jQuery, and then I'm going to copy this line. So this line will allow us for our page to load jQuery. So there we go. You can see the link to jQuery. And now we'll go and we'll download Lightbox. And we will unzip it. And we'll copy that into our web folder. And so you can see I've copied it into the web folder, into the root of the web folder, located at the same level as WebTech. Okay. So next we're just going to follow the how to use step-by-step instructions. So you can see I've already connected jQuery, so I don't have to do this part. Next part is to connect the Lightbox JavaScript, so I'm going to copy that line. I'm going to paste it below the jQuery, and then I'm going to make sure that I go and find the correct path. So if I'm here in Gallery 2, what I want to do is I want to go up a level to from the WebTech folder up a level to my root, and then I want to go into Lightbox. So up a level is .. and then into the Lightbox folder, and then inside the Lightbox folder I want to go into the JavaScript folder, the JS folder, and there it is there. So if I save, and then if I click here, I should see that I'm seeing my Lightbox JavaScript. Next, I have to link the style sheet. So on step 3, I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it just above my customized style sheet. And again, I have to go up a folder to my root, and then I have to go into the Lightbox folder, and then into CSS, and then you can see the Lightbox right here. And I'll save that. And now you can see here, what I have to add to my images is a data attribute called data Lightbox, and sorry, I have to add links, and then into the links I have to add the data Lightbox and the title in order to be able to do it. So let's create those links first of all. So I can do this in Design View. So if I click on my image, and then I can use the target to target the larger image, so the 1600 pixel size images. So this is lake. and this is hiking. And so you can see it's added a link or an anchor tag to those 3 images. And we'll just put those down. There we go. So now I've got the anchor tag. So now we can add the data lightbox. Flip back and copy that. And title. So right in, I'll start up with the first one. So inside the anchor, make a little space here. And so I'm going to just call my gallery, gallery. And then the caption, I can dude the dog. And I add the same attributes or properties and attributes to the other 2. And just changing the title, which you will see will show up as the caption on the larger version. So I'm going to save that, upload, say yes. And then I'm going to come up here, and I'm just going to make sure Lightbox gets uploaded. It's always a safe idea. And if we flip back to our page and refresh, you should see the 3 images with their captions defined using figure. And if I click on one of the images, it doesn't load. Go back here to my images, make sure I've uploaded the large sizes. And now you can see the images load. I can cycle through the gallery. And we're all done. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope this helps.